Hi, my name is Ernest and I'm from Team Yes, and I'll be showing you how to create different VLANs for our network diagram, and I'll be showing you how our DHCP will be doing dynamic IP addressing to the different VLANs as well. So first I'll be connecting the server to the core switch. Next, I'll be connecting all the switches to the core switch as well. Next, as you can see, I've already labeled the server as DHCP, and the IP address that will give the DHCP will be 10.10.1.2. And then I also put a side note on the different IP address that will give the VLAN, VLAN 1 10.10.1.1, and then subsequently VLAN 2 10.2.1.1, 10.3.1.1, and VLAN 4 10.4.1.1. Next, I'll be showing you how to integrate uh, the different VLAN into the core switch, and then creating the IP address and the subnet mask for the core switch. So I'll enable, configure, then I'll integrate all the VLANs, so VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, VLAN 4. So integrate VLAN 1, then I'll add the IP address for VLAN 1 to be 10.10.1.1, and VLAN 2 for VLAN IP address for VLAN 2 will be 10.2.1.1. Now VLAN 3 IP address will be 10.3.1.1. And finally integrate VLAN 4. IP address for VLAN 4 would be 10.4.1.1. And I'll save it. Next thing we need to do is to configure the DHCP server. So first I'll go to IP configuration. I'll give it a static IP configuration so that every time my DHCP startup, uh, there will be a IP address, a static IP address already. So as I labeled, I will give it a 10.10.1.2. My subnet mask would be 255.255.255.0. My default gateway would be my VLAN 1, 10.10.1.1. So once I'm done, I'll go to the services, then I go to DHCP, then I go to on, then I'll add all the VLANs in. So VLAN 2 is 10.2.1.1, 2.12. So this start IP address would show that every uh, device that connect to the switch that's holding VLAN 2, their IP address will start from 10.2.1.2 and onwards. So now I just add, and then next I do the same for the rest. For the rest of the VLAN 3, and then VLAN 4. And then the server pool, which start from 10.10.1.1. So for the server pool, the VLAN 1 will start from 10.10.1.3 because 10.10.1.2 is assigned to DHCP and 10.10.1.1 is assigned to VLAN 1. So I save. Next, we'll need to configure the mode of the cables to access our trunks. So I'll enable. Config our VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, VLAN 4. So now I'll integrate the exit, save. Now what you have to do is to configure the three switches here. Before I configure the three switches, I will add two. I'll add two PC for each switch. Then I'll connect them. Fast Ethernet 0 to Fast Ethernet 2. Fast Ethernet 0 to Fast Ethernet 3. And then I'll do so on and so forth for the other PCs. Next, I'll configure this switch now. So FT, I'll integrate the switch. The cable port itself is FA02 right here. So integrate FA02, and then what I'll do is I'll change it. I'll change this switch for FA for Fast Internet 02 itself. Switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN 2. Oh, sorry. Before I do this, I need to integrate the VLANs first. So let me exit. Then I will integrate VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, and VLAN 4. So the system recognized that 4 VLANs created already. Now what I do is to repeat the process. So I exit, I integrate FA0/2, port mode access, switch port access VLAN 2. Yeah. Now this line won't come out access VLAN does not exist, creating VLAN 2. Now I need to integrate the other switch is FA03. So integrate FA03 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 2. Alright, so once I'm done, I'll exit and then I'll save, and then I carry on to continue to do for the next switches. So same step, enable config. So don't make the same mistake earlier, so integrate all the VLANs. Now I can integrate switch FA02 over here. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 3. So for this switch over here is VLAN 3. Then I can integrate FA03 port mode access switch port access VLAN 3. Once I'm done, exit, save. Then I'll head over to the next one, enable again, configure, include all the VLANs. Now integrate, say FA02 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 4. Then integrate FA03 over here, switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 4. That, once that is done, exit and then save it again. Right, the next thing we need to do is IP helper address. So we need to tell the PCs in the VLANs where to get the IP address from, which is the DHCP server. So we go to this core switch over here, and then enable, configure, integrate VLAN 1 IP helper address 10.10.1.2. Integrate VLAN 2 IP helper address. Essentially, this is what is known as the routing table. So you will tell the PC in the VLANs where to get the IP addresses from when conducting a dynamic IP addressing. So once you're done, you can just exit. And once you are done with all that, you should be able to successfully retrieve a dynamic IP address uh, for all your PCs. So you open IP configuration. There they go, 10.2.1.3. This is connected to VLAN 2, and then VLAN 2 is 10.2.1.1, and the next addresses should start from 10.2.1.2. sorry, correction. It'll start from 10.2.1.2. Yeah. So the IP address for this PC now is 10.2.1.3. You can double check this for VLAN 2 PCs. So you go to IP configuration, now it says static, put it DHCP. Yes, and successful. DHCP request successful. 10.2.1.4. For the next PC, this is connected to VLAN 3. So now it says static. Requesting IP address of DHCP successful. 10.3.1.2 and 10.3.1.3. Likewise, check for VLAN 4. Yeah, 10.4.1.2 and 10.4.1.3. Use PC1 to try to ping for the other PCs. So you can try PC1 in VLAN 2 to ping for a PC in VLAN 3, which is IP address is 10.3.1.3. So you go ping 10.3.1.3. Yes, you get a feedback in real time. Then we can just run a simulation. Can do a ping again for 10.1. Sorry, 10.3.1.3. Then yes, the message is sent successfully to 10.3.1.3. And the message sent back and received to PC1. So once you're done setting up the basic uh, layout of the uh, VLAN network, you can go on proceeding. After double checking all your pinging and packets and all your packets that is receiving and sending from one another, you can go ahead and set up your the bigger network. Yep, and this is our final uh, our final layout. So finance, Visual Gateway 10.3.1.1, and this is the general office and the IT department. And to show that it's working also, now I'll use the PC1 from the IT department to ping the PC in the HR department. So the HR is 10.3.1.6. So now I go into the command prompt, ping 10.3.1.6. And yes, we do receive the ping in real time. And I'll be showing you how to connect the uh, connect a wireless access point so that if you have any uh, wireless devices like your phone or your laptop, you're able to connect to the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi will be able to provide uh, dynamic IP addressing through the DHCP as well. So first you put access point down, then you connect your access point to a cable which is FA04. And then now what you want to do is like how you configure the cables to your PC. You need to configure the cable connecting to the access point. So what you want to do is to integrate FA04, which is the cable number. Let's integrate FA04. Likewise, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 4. Then just exit, and then to test if your access point is connected to VLAN 4, get a laptop, and then put the Wi-Fi in. Now it's connected. Now what you want to do is go to IP address and see DHCP if you're getting, yes, you're getting 10.4.1.5 DHCP request successful, and this is the grouping for VLAN 4, which is 10.4.1.5. And then now we are going to check whether we are able to ping other PCs in real time. We can try pinging for this PC0 here, which so happens to be 10.2.1.3. We can go ahead and ping 10.2.1.3. And yes, we're getting feedback in real time. So create security for the certain departments you're using the wireless access point for. You can go to port 1 and then change the SSID to be, for example, classroom, and then give it a PSK, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now you see the laptop automatically disconnected because it does not have the correct SSID as well as the PSK. So now you change the SSID to classroom, and then you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then minute you see you'll be able to connect. Yeah, you'll be able to connect again. And then just to double check your IP configuration. Yes, you get 10.4.1.5 again, which is VLAN 4. And once you are sure that all your devices are connected, you can go ahead and connect the rest of your VLANs. And this is the rest of our network with our wireless network, both the SSID and PSK, and showing that working laptops are able to connect to the wireless access point, and even printers, a wireless printer connecting to the wireless access point with correct SSID and password. That is all for my segment of the network diagram I'm doing. Next time I'll pass on to Athens.
Hello everyone, I'm Athens, and now I'm gonna show you how I set our network for our campus. Right, the first step is just configure all the framework, and now we have 3 routers and one router. Oh, I just use this file. Oh, this case. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 switch here, and this one is for the servers, and this 5 is for the departments and classrooms, maybe. And here we've got a core switch, and this one connects every part of the sub switch. And through this core switch, we set many VLANs, and this one is VLAN 1 is for all the server, and this one is meeting room, general office, and classroom, and further. So now we're moving on to the next part. The services here. This one is the HTTP server, and this one is DNS server. This DHCP server, and this one is the email server, right? And in this email server, I just put these two services all the way in this one. So you could use this server to send email and receive email both. And in the DHCP server, I set you see 6 pools for all of our devices, our laptop, our mobile phone, and PC in our school. We're using this DHCP server to give them IP address, right? And then the DNS server, I add two address here in this server. The first one is Google. It's the outside website, right? And the next one is the school website for our school. So let's try to use these laptop to just first to go through this HTTP server, right? So it's www.school.com. Right, you can go to this website, right? So next is the email service. For the email server, I just created the account. So now let's just use the first two account here to just do the test. Email, then the name is one and email address is one at yes.com. Then it's 10.10.1.5. It's the IP address for the email service. So incoming mail server is this one, and the outgoing mail server also this one. Dot 5, right? The username is 1. The password is 1 also. Save. Then you could compose your email to 2@this.com. And subject is just service. Maybe 2. And send, yeah, you see here, send success. I can then remove to another laptop. Just try if we can receive that email. And still, the common mail server is oh, what's wrong with my computer? To say receipt. Yeah, you see the email is received successfully. So now let's move on to the last part, is how to connect our devices to make them make them connecting to the outside HTTP server. So this one is the Google server. Set this to the HTTP server. So now we just use this file to show you. So first we have the switch, the core switch here, and this one is the intermediate router. This one is the gateway router, and this one is the ISP server, ISP router here. So it means it's the internet server provider. And this is the Google website, and this is just an NPC. So now the first step is just to allocate all this IP address for this port. Maybe for example, it's SE0/3/0. So this IP should add to this port. and this port ID should be 10.10.2.2, right? So now if we set the IP, now we set the IP already, then we connect all these devices together, and then move on to this switch or core switch. The first step is you see the port here is FA0/2, right? So now we need to set this port mode no switch port. Then we could add the IP address to this port. And so the next step is we should configure the IP routing table in this core switch. So it's actually we use the OSPF protocol in all of our network. So the commands is something like this: router OSPF, and the number is 10 assigned to this core switch. Then this network, you input all this network into this into the next. So it means you can connect all these devices here to this core switch. And for this one, this router and this router, you only need to set all these ports to no shutdown. And then you just add the IP address to this port as okay. And the most important setting process is about this router. So what you should do is to set the NAT. It's called network. It's called network address translation. And the first step is you need to set this port to IP NAT inside. That means it is in the inside network, and this port should be IP NAT outside. That means it belongs to the outside web. And then you should just set up the ACL and its access control list. That means it is for, I think, for which IP address group can send message through this port. And then you should add the static routing here. Just make sure that you can send message from this port to this port. And you see, 100.10.1.2 is this port, right? So this is the next hop for the message here. And the last thing is, I think, is to set up the IP address pool for this router, and then you could ping this PC from this PC, using this PC to ping the server and this PC. So let's have a try in this file. Maybe I just use this laptop. Okay, just run thing, or just use, okay, this time I just use the simulation to show you clearly. This right? So you can see the message here sent to the access point, right? It's here. Then it is sent to the switch here. And it's the core switch. Okay. Let's just move on to the next step. See, the messages is sent to this router, the intermediate router, and then it is sent to the gateway router, and then it's the ISP router. And the PC here receive this message, then it send receive message back to this one. Right, okay. So that's all. Thank you.